Hi, Doctri81 saying that Nintendo haters are nervous about the power of the Switch 2.
So with the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 now just 1 week away, starting to make these Nintendo haters really nervous. A lot.
Why would they be nervous of the Switch 2 coming out? I don't understand that. I mean, they got more powerful systems that could run the third-party games.
More nervous than usual. Now, before we get things started, we're still on the road to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you're into Nintendo Switch 2 content and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the bell notification so you know when I am making a video, which is usually every day. And if you like the video, leave a like on it, and also let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the topic. So these Nintendo haters are a lot more nervous and a lot more anxious than usual. And part of that is the fact that
incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. It even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Hey, it's your dry skin. I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe hydrates up to 10 liters deep and
they were waiting for certain games such as GTA 5 to be able to play this year. That was their goal.
So GTA 5 goes on the Switch. I'll be happy if other players haven't played it, but if you want to play on portable, that's cool. But still, the PC, the PlayStation 5 players, and Xbox don't really care. They're not nervous. A lot of those people already played it, so what's the big deal about this? I mean, I am a Nintendo fan, but I really don't care. I mean, you're doing this console wars crap.
And that was the game that all of us else for at least get GTA 6 this year. Well, now that
Well, that's going to be next year, and they cancel it. Even if it's on the Switch 2, it's going to be watered down a little bit, and we'll see if it's playable. I'm not getting the Switch 2 right away, but eventually I will. But I don't agree with what Nintendo's doing. But at the same time, like, why we even made almost a 9-minute video on this?
that's no longer coming this year, and there isn't really a whole lot of games announced for the E, which will change.
There's a lot of new games coming out. I mean, I don't understand that either. I mean, players also have backlogs to play their games even if they don't get the Switch too. Now, there is some people that don't like Nintendo games at all, but still, like, people can't take criticism of the Switch 2 right now. I mean, that's sad. I mean,
In the next week or so, but the quality of those games and which games being announced is still a mystery. Yet, on the Nintendo side, we know certain big games that are coming to our brand new system.
yeah, like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Rides, yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, so on. So some of those third-party games they're showing, like, you could already play it on old console at a cheaper price.
This year, in addition to even more games that are going to be announced in the next week or so. So we're fine. But the Nintendo haters, not so much. Because they don't really know what they're going to be playing this year.
What are you talking about? They got backlogs of games, bro. Or they're excited to play, like, newer games that are coming out, like on PlayStation 5, PC, or Xbox Series X.
But that's not the big reason why they are so nervous about the Switch 2. The thing that's making these people so nervous about the Switch 2 is the fact that now we're finally seeing what these third-party games look like on the Switch 2, and
they look good. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that, but at the same time, some base by base games will look better on the Xbox Series S, and then on the PlayStation 5, it'll be watered down a little bit. Graphic size will be down, so on and so forth. And some of the things won't be in the Switch 2 as like the PlayStation 5 or something like that.
really good. Maybe a little too good for Nintendo haters' taste. And
They really don't care, be honest. I don't really care, but go on. This is in your imaginary head.
they're doing a lot of nitpicking.
Oh yeah, like a Mario Kart World at $80 physical for USA. And some other countries, the physical copy is $90. So I don't think it's worth the $80. I like Mario Kart World, but still, I'm not gonna pay $80 for a physical. Wait for a sale or get it used.
And trying to dig up a lot of stuff to try to make the Switch 2 look negative. Try to put a negative image.
So we can't criticize the Switch 2 right now. Okay, gotcha.
Even more so than in the past. Like they're getting really nervous and they're using really underhanded tactics and photoshopping and stuff. Just weird stuff. And the reason why that's happening is because these haters are starting to realize the truth.
Truth about what? What are we getting at? Your console, man.
When they're seeing the
Bad at console war. I mean, I don't even agree with this.
Switch 2 games versus the PlayStation 4 version, the PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox Series S, and even the PlayStation 5. And a lot of these games, such as Cyberpunk, are holding up extremely well. And it's making...
It looks good, but we'll see how, when it comes out on the Switch 2, we'll see how it runs on it and see the reviews of the game, and we'll see how it runs on the Switch 2. We don't know how it looks. It's just showing you, demo clips of it right now. So we really don't know.
They're nervous because they're finally realizing the truth.
Finding the things you and your family need to be well is kind of a big deal. Finding
One, that the reason they're surprised is because they don't know anything about technology.
What does that have to do? Like, some people don't know, but they know the difference of the system, which one's better graphically and stuff, and what games they want to play. Some prefer a PlayStation over Nintendo. Some prefer an Xbox over, and so on and so forth. Even the PC players like it better than the Nintendo Switch 2.
And two, the fact that the Switch 2, in its portable hybrid form, mobile form, where we play it on the TV, you can play it anywhere, and it still happens to look quite similar. Not exact, but quite similar to even the PlayStation 5 version and the Xbox Series S version of the games. It's making them...
If you want to get those games at a higher price, I mean, you could still probably get them on sale, but if you want it portably on the go, that's cool. Even if players already played it on the other console, if they want to get it on the go, that's cool. Or they could get a Steam Deck and so on and so forth to play it. So
realize the hard truth that maybe, just maybe, their babies, their systems, aren't really getting as much graphics out of them as they could be.
that goes from the beginning of gaming. I mean, they show like some games doesn't use the power of the console, so they lower it down, or like indie games and stuff. But that's from the beginning. So even the Switch 1 doesn't show certain games of the full capability of it.
And maybe they're just simply getting taken to the bank.
That depends on the person, but anyways.
Because I'm sure that before the Switch 2 was shown, when these people were under the impression that these games were pushing their systems hard, they're getting the most out of these systems. Yeah, no.
Depends on the games and high demanding of the game it is. I mean, not all games will do that, but it just depends on the developer and what they put in the game and so forth and so forth. If you want the best experience, you could go to PC. I'm more console, but I do PC sometimes, but it just depends.
People are slowly realizing that in order to get graphics that look way better than PlayStation 4 on console requires spending a lot of money on resources, and a lot of these developers and publishers simply either can't afford to do it or won't do it because you guys will eat it up anyway.
Dude, we're just gamers. We just play games. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I play my retro games still that I haven't beaten or I never played, so I get those that are cheap. But if it's too high, I emulate the game. So
It's funny that these Nintendo haters are always talking about, oh, well, you know, these Nintendo guys, they'll buy anything. We don't care if the graphics are good or not. It's funny because...
Well, it's the gameplay, but I kind of agree to a certain point. They do. Will buy up and eat anything up. And won't criticize Nintendo. Me, on the other, I don't do that, but sometimes I do get, rip off of the Batman Arkham trilogy. I bought that on the Switch for $60, but, that's on me, but I did enjoy the 3 games. You can't 100% the Batman Arkham Knight on the Switch. You just can't. But anyways.
While Nintendo systems may be behind tech-wise, at least they try to push the tech that is there. You guys got all the tech in the world, and it's not being pushed. You don't think that there's a problem that the only game now that you can think of, that you can say without a shadow of a doubt that you believe won't come to the Switch 2 is Grand Theft Auto 6. You don't think that's a problem?
No, I don't care about Grand Theft Auto 6. I haven't played it since PS2, but nobody cares if it is going to be on the Switch 2. That's great. I'm happy for them. But at the same time, it's just going to be like a lower version of it. And you can take it on the go, but I'm wondering how it's going to run if it comes on the Switch 2 next year. I mean, even if Rockstar decides to do it on the Switch 2, we'll see. But we don't know how it's going to run or perform.
Starting at $399.99. Some say you can't have it all. Clearly, they've never been here. Play the unmissable on PlayStation 5.
Cascade Platinum Plus has the crisp-fighting power of Dawn to remove tough, stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
If these systems were really being pushed to their limits, remember, these systems have been out 5 years now almost. If these systems were really being pushed to the limit, you really think that Grand Theft Auto 6 would be the only game that wouldn't be able to run on the Switch 2? Maybe, just maybe, these developers aren't really pushing these systems as hard as they've been telling you.
Well, dude, that depends on the developer. That makes the game and and stuff like that, and put the budget of the game. It depends on them, and then it depends on the player if they enjoyed the game.
And maybe the Switch 2 proves just that, because
That's a maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. But we'll see.
there's no reason for some of these games to look that close if that was indeed the case. And that is the realization that these Nintendo haters are starting to slowly come to, and it is pissing them off.
It's not pissing anyone off. It's in your rent-free head, and you made a tantrum about it. I am done. He goes on about how people eat up the PlayStation 5 Pro, and at the same time, the hardcore Nintendo fanboys is eating up the Switch 2 with the game key cards and the $80 Mario Kart World. Hopefully you have a good day, and like and subscribe if you do. Have a great day. Bye.